the online church stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders, the workforce, and their responsibilities. So you don't just wake up and say you're selling online and you just go and stream on Facebook and all that. There are structures you have to put in place. I received this, someone asked me this morning again. He said, "What's the difference between streaming on YouTube, Facebook, YouTube, and having your online portal of church?" So I said, the difference is as simple as having a meeting in a marketplace and calling all the market women and men your members. It's true. We have to say it the way it is. How we do, but another man can also actually have a store, maybe rent a store within the market or around the market, and preach to those who are in the market and invite them to the office or the store he or she just rented, and get them there so he can actually call those who came as his or her members. It's very important. We must understand that the church is marching on. God has people in this world. God has you. God has me. And we're not going to behave like we're not here. The church must march on. And we cannot be stopped. Someone was talking to me. I told the person, I said, relax. He said, why am I saying you should relax? I said, because this church is still around. I said, do like I was doing the person. I said, relax. And he smiled. He said, you have not changed. I said, I have not changed. My life is, let's read the scriptures and we looked at it together. So there's no need to fear at all. But what we have to do now, we're becoming smarter, because a time will come, let me tell you, a day will come where the social media, this one we call marketplace, will start putting those sort of regulations. I love our man of God, Pastor Chris, what he said to us. He's far ahead in so many things. He told us why we should buckle up and build our own platforms. Because a day will come when they will tell you, no, we don't want any form of hate speech. They begin to classify the gospel as one of the hate speeches that they have out there. Can you imagine? And some people are saying we're talking too much. We're acting now. We have to act. We have spoken a lot, but we need to put our faith to work by doing the work, putting the online church in place, and invest heavily on your online church. I want to quickly point it out. There's this notion, or this thing that people think that it is not just to set up or something and just let it run like that. It is not like that. You don't set up a church and also you said it's church will just run like that. You should invest heavily in it. Your post should be boosted. You should you should hold campaigns. If you don't know how to do something, you can reach me. I will show you how to do it. They are doing it. You see their content trending and moving and pushing up all the time, and it looks as if yours is just confined to a particular crop of your friends and your friends' friends. And because that's what they do when they see that you're not investing heavily into some of these things. So you post a content, they post it to your wife if you're married, or they post it to your brother or sister. It's localized among the people that you know. And if they don't have a lot of friends among them, so you just localize, you don't have a wider reach. So sometimes you need to invest, and sometimes they're not too much heavy, they're not too much at all. So invest in some hardwares that you can actually use, streaming devices, get good phones for your team. Encourage them, find out how they are doing. If you're a pastor, you can encourage them, say, what is it? And monitor it regularly. Find out what they are at every point that be interested. And if they are saying they're holding an online campaign, you're interested, you say, okay, can I join? So you may not necessarily do what they are doing, but you have to be an overview. You're looking at what they are doing, and you'll be properly guided as well. It's very, very important that you also invest in your online church. If you invest in it, what I'm saying, I don't mean huge money. So many times it's cheaper online. I told you about campaign. Some people, they may not have a congregation of up to 1,000 people or 1 million people in a single church building. But hey, you can actually hold in your online church, you can hold a crusade where you can reach millions of people. So to so many ministers, it is an opportunity to reach millions for the Lord. Millions. You have an instant attention. An automatic attention. You can speak without you putting up the backs, the stage and all that, all the heavy equipment that would have cost you a lot of money to put in. Just if you come to a little studio and you're driving this campaign, if you know what to do, how to do it, you're driving your hype, you're putting it seriously. It may not always have to be a normal church content. You can do a lot of talk. about that later. I promise I'm ready to open up and share a lot of things. So online and the stakeholders. Number one is the pastor. The number one stakeholder is the pastor of the church. And pastors, as I know you may be listening to me as a pastor, so you are the number one because you're the pastor of the church. It is your church. They are not online people. They are your members who are seeing you through online. They are members who are not in the church building. So look at them like that. That you're talking to those who are at home, those who are at work, your members, all of them. So they are not online people. They are not like imaginary people. They are real people. That your member that didn't come to church, sir, on that particular day, but maybe for some reason, he couldn't come to church. Even those who were not feeling well, if there's any in your church, could actually participate from wherever they are, and who knows, and as they're watching, they can participate from wherever they say they're not feeling well, someone is not feeling well, he couldn't come to church, but he's able to log onto his phone and sees his pastor, is excited, and the pastor prays from there, and you command the healing from there and declares, and he or she is healed, and is able to come to church the next day. I'm trying to careful when I talk to pastors because I know you know it better than I do. So you wear the shoe, you know exactly the size and how it is. So but can you be interested in it? You're number one stakeholder. And number two is the admin. So you should have a church admin, an online church admin. Or we call them online church pastors, but they are the admin. So they do everything that the pastor is supposed to be doing. So the pastor have time to read, study the Bible, handle the congregation, manage the people. So he may not have enough time. He may not. He may carve out just a little of his time to look at what is happening online. But the online admin should be there in the place of the pastor. So because the truth is, very soon you start having traffic. You start having people who talk to you even more than you have people who talk to you in the congregation. As you're preaching, someone is asking a question, the online admin is able to answer their question and respond almost immediately. And the question that he can answer, he gives it immediately. The ones he cannot answer, he writes it down. And when the pastor finishes, he goes and takes it to the pastor and says, these are the questions we have today. These are the responses, and he's responding and people are giving. Someone said, I couldn't give the offering because of technical challenge. So he's able to respond almost immediately. He can say, have you tried this? And as he's talking, he's already going on his phone or his mobile device to try what that brother or sister is trying to do. And from there, simulate it. I'm trying to, so if it works for him, he'll say, okay, can you do it like this? So he organizes the whole way. It's a major work. And you should do it with someone who loves, who a person of passion, someone who does because he likes it. And some of them are placed on a salary, and some of them are not. But do it with someone who deeply loves online evangelism and online things. It's good. You can bring someone who is much educated and someone who is a professional and all that. But professional is good. But first of all, if he's a professional or the best of it, or one of the things you must look out for is the passion, the person's passion. Will the person be ready to wake up at night and respond to someone's call and answer a call and respond to a message and push up and think of what to do next? And will the person be ready to sacrifice sleep for a lot of time? So I think you should look deeply into that. So number 3 is a content manager. So you should have a content manager, someone who brings the content, who puts the contents together, and he takes it to the admin manager for approval. The admin manager takes it to the zona, to the pastor, the church pastor for an approval. So he looks at it and says, okay, and can you add this? Can you remove this? Can you do it this way? And all that. So the content manager, he puts all the content together. What you're going to do is a major work as well. So look for a creative person to handle this. Or you can try it out yourself first for a start. Then the social media community managers. I didn't say manager. So in this one, there should be more than one. Those whose job it is to coordinate the online evangelism or online soul winning that you've been embarking on. So their job, they tell the group, the team, the community to join. Okay, this particular week we're targeting the sports interest, those who are interested in sports, or those who are interested in music or entertainment. So what are we going to do? Okay, we're going to join this so and so group. We're going to do this. We're going to, they check. Okay, how many groups have you created so far? So if you're going to reach this number of people, we need to join this so and so group. We need to do this. We need to, there to manage all the communities. And he checks the content that the content manager has just brought. Is it in line with the rules of that community? because a content manager may not necessarily mean that you know the content that a particular community, one that suits one community may not suit the other. So do you get it? So the community manager should know that this is a sports community. You cannot tell them right away, are you born again or not? If you're not born again, you go to hell. So he will not be comfortable to post such thing in a community of a sports community, football community. Because they're going to, if you're not the admin, they will end up removing you and you will spoil the whole thing. The whole purpose will be defeated. So if it's like that, you can tell them, okay, it's great, but can we do it a little bit different? Can we give them, can you give us a content, something that has to do with online football, the Premiership season, and the updates, the sports updates? Then we can now tell them, okay, we're organizing our own contest, and I'll tell them that Kaka was once a Christian. We post things like that. Some nice things. Make comments and tell them again. So when they see that the community managers, you know what I'm saying? Community managers, online community managers, social media community managers. You understand what I'm saying? So when you respond to people, when someone say go, you say, oh wow, thank you. You respond almost immediately. They are watching football. You are watching football, also. It's a whole lot of work. So not because you want to watch football, but because you have 2 million people in this group. 2 million in this group. Before they say go, you will be the one to post. They go and say live score. Chelsea has just scored a goal against Man U, or Man U has just scored a goal against Chelsea. So you're telling them this thing, and they're excited. They are following you. So when you post a daily devotional the next day, they don't react negatively because you are just giving them a good update a few days ago of what happened, and you just commented on someone's post. They like you. Some of them they will almost react because they know that this guy is the one who gives you updates. So they want to look at your next post. So every day they are looking up to your next post. And your next post, you mix it, how you are mixing it together. It's always very exciting. I love the online community. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. And we have the media platform community manager, the mobile platform community manager. Those who handle, we will talk about this one a lot. Again, I'll share a little more on this area later on. And we'll have your influencers and your evangelism team. So you put these structures. Those are the ones who, when you want a content pushed out almost immediately, and you want it to go viral, you want it to reach so and so people, and they are your army, elite force. Let me tell you, the social media is a weapon. It is a very, very powerful weapon, and you have to use it to propagate the gospel. So, and I've just shared about the stakeholders, and I'm going to take my time to explain to you some of the responsibilities of these people, the stakeholders, the workforce that you have. So many times you see me looking at my phone, but there's also a slide that you should see on your screen there. And like I said, this video is going to be in series. It's going to be continuous. Sometimes you see that there's a break. It's because I don't want it to be too long, maybe maximum 30 minutes, so that you can have time and watch it briefly and move to another video again, or continue what we're doing and come back and watch it again. And you can easily share it, and kindly share and make comments. Subscribe to our channel, please. Use that to encourage us a lot. So I want to know that you're reading. I want to know that you're listening. I want to know that this video is important to you, so that I'll know what to do. If there's any area you think we have to improve on, can you let us know? We're open, and remember, we're here for you. We really want to work with you. We want to help you set up an online church. We want to help you drive it online. We want to help you run it. We want to support you in whichever way we can. I want to see a wave of crusades online. I want to see it happen, starting from this year, starting from this decade. Let it be. It burns in my heart. They say that brother, that church is holding a crusade online, and it's already popular. Let's saturate. Let's do it. Let's saturate this internet with the message of our Lord Jesus Christ. That is the easiest way to do it. Remember, there are countries that don't allow open evangelism. You cannot go and preach openly. But like I told you, they are locked outside, but they are open. There are ways, doors open. online. You may say that there are some of them who have placed certain restrictions online, they will relax. Those ones, they are walls without foundation. I will teach you of that. There's no place we cannot penetrate. But I say that's why I don't like us to talk outside a lot. So, but I can easily tell you what to do. So you get the result. That's my joy. I derive a lot of pleasure to see that my idea, what we're doing, what I'm doing from back room is working. So I see that it's my joy. I derive a lot of pleasure that it worked. He said you wanted to hit this city, and they're saying you're going to be limited. You're restricting you, that to do that. It's not anything. We will get it and get the type of results we want to get. And remember, it's all for the Lord. So we're going to be learning a lot of things, and you can reach me, like I said earlier on. And you can also, there's even some of the platforms that I'm putting up out there, like our videos. And you see, I have not been mentioning my profile a lot. You may see my profile with a very few followership. It's strategic, and you can follow me if you like. You can ask me personal questions, but in some other places we're making a lot of waves. It gives us room to do a lot of things. It gives us room to think. So you're quiet, you're doing a lot for the Lord. So like that man asked me this morning, I know very soon I will say the Lord, we won. Only to happen, yes, we won. We won, we did a lot for the Lord. So another thing I also encourage you to do, when you see that you see any Christian campaign online that is good, that is especially our campaigns online, join it, please, share it, make nice comments, say something nice about it, because if you don't, not so many people will do it if you don't. But there is something good about it, that once you start doing it and others would, the system, let me tell you, the online system you're seeing, the algorithm, there are a lot of things, the structures, the system there's no human being who is there. I know there are people who sometimes monitor some of these things, but the system is designed to respond to some things. Once it sees that people are beginning to like something, the system says it's programmed to start pushing the content upward, because it's going to have a lot of responses and people are beginning to like it. So if you like it, another person will like it again before it is gone viral. I want to see that happen. I want to see more gospel contents going viral. I want to see the secular contents going out there. But you see, you also have to be strategic. You can also do a lot of secular content, but my pastor once told me, he said, when I started having job, if you also have social media, we can handle it for you, we can manage it for you, social media handles, we can do all that for you. When I started having jobs for secular musicians who wants their social media to be handled, so I rejected a lot of them initially. But one day I decided to share with my pastor, and he told me, he said, why not? He said, do it. He said, because if you don't, he said, there's a difference. He said, someone else will do it. But he said, there's a difference when you are the one doing it. You who is born again, you have the fear of God, you are doing it, their content, and there's a difference between you doing it and another person who is not born again doing it. He said the reason because there's some content that you will never push out. I said, wow. So I started doing that, and it has been from glory to glory. And I know that. And I've seen even one of recent 10 from his way, and started asking a lot of questions. And this is highly official. He tells me he now goes to church. I don't, you chip it to him because you still have to give them their freedom. They want to do their thing, They want to do their thing, so you must allow them to do their thing, express it, but you must put the content in such a way that is projecting them, and the fans are loving it, but it's also with a purpose. With a purpose. We have an agenda, right? So the way they have some people, they have agendas, wanting to achieve so many things online. We're not sleeping, and God has people. I keep saying it. I will tell you the reason why I keep saying it. God has a lot of people, and He has smart kids like you, like me. We're not dull at all, and they think we're done. We're only just beginning. This is just the beginning. It's the beginning of it all. And so quickly, this is the end of this particular video. In the next video, I'll take my time to explain to you the works, the responsibilities of each of this group I have just explained to you about. The pastors, what we're supposed to do, and the admin, what you're supposed to do, and all that. Can you like my video again, share it, and tell someone about it? Someone might need it, just share it. So a church might just be in need of this somewhere. And I'll talk to you about it again. That in the next video, I also show to you how it is no longer at church level. It has to be members also have to do the same thing. I will share you. You like it. So join us in the next video. And thank you so much for your time, liking and subscribing to our channels and following us and sharing. Thank you.